What's up, guys? So I got these on at least for a few minutes because I want to try to listen and make sure it sounds okay. I have the fan going, and I might need to turn that off if it's too hard for you guys to hear me. But as long as you can hear me okay, I'm gonna leave it on because it is fucking hot as balls. So let me know. Can you guys hear me okay? I can't exactly tell because I'm listening as I'm talking. I think it sounds okay. Like I'll talk closer to the microphone. My my little Shure microphone down here that's hidden from view, but I think you can hear wind pretty bad, huh? It's just so hot. Can you guys hear the fan very much, or is it sound fine? You can hear me just fine? All right, thank God, because even with the AC going, it's like just so hot in my room. All right, I'm going to take these off then. So, how are you guys today? Like it says in the description, this is going to be a Q&A. So, I really would like to hear some questions, make me uncomfortable or make me laugh. Like come at me with some interesting questions. You can't hear the sound of your fan or my fan or the sound of yours. It's kind of the deal with the summer, right? Man, I'm working on so many videos right now. I just put out the one today. I'm almost done with my chair review because I got this chair sent to me by this company. Hopefully, I have that up tomorrow. I got a review of the TV series Twisted Metal that I need to finish editing. And then I just shot a review of Meg 2, which I'll hopefully have up this weekend. And then I got to tomorrow shoot next week's list video, which will be on Tubi. So, got a lot on my hands. Did you like it? I really like Cold Skin. I know the effects on the creatures is a little bit sus, but I think it's pretty dope. Like sometimes you just kind of got to look past a little bit of wonky special effects to see the heart and the core of a story. And I just thought it's a really cool adventure, like fantasy adventure. You're not yourself this evening, Brian? Who are you then? I know what you mean, though. I kind of had a total meltdown this week the other day. I've just got a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on my plate, trying to push out as much content as I can, not lose sight that I love this and that I enjoy it, trying to find a way to make enough money to survive, dealing with sponsor stuff. Like I'm not used to a lot of this, so I totally feel you, Brian. You just kind of got to take it a day at a time. Sometimes, an hour at a time. Sometimes a minute at a time. Yeah, Garrett, that's actually a pretty good way to describe it. It does have a lot of the Lighthouse feel to it, but with more action. Definitely not as weird. What's up, Ghost Pirate fam? Have fun tonight and please don't behave. Take care until next time. Oh no, Vanity, you're already out. Oh yeah, you're at work, huh? Well, I'm glad you're at least up to hanging out with the live stream. You know, just like I said, you just kind of got to take it as it comes. Meet the Killer Parents on Tubi. Is it as hokey and campy as it sounds? Spoil the movie? Who was talking about a movie to spoil it? Oh, Vanity, are you talking about what did I miss? Are you talking about Cold Skin? Yeah, we're not talking about anything more spoilery than I already talked about in my review. It's a strange creature feature, but we definitely won't. I mean, you know me, I'm not going to spoil shit. All right, Vanity. Have a good night. So who all's in here? Oh, what's up, Ralph? Brett, Sally, David Jr., Boobarak, Brett, or I already said Brett, Brian, Wicked Wolf, the Jostler, what's up, Josh? Long time no talk to. We need to go have one of our movie night hangouts soon. Like we haven't went and hung out and saw a movie in a long ass time. Beginning of the year, I think. Oh, what's up, Omni Blast? Welcome to the crew. Just hit me up, dude. I'm down to go see whatever movie whenever. Yes, I am very excited for the last voyage of the Demeter. Like, I'm not expecting too much though. I'm kind of keeping my expectations low because I think, unfortunately, this most recent trailer just I didn't want to fully see the creature. I enjoyed that the first trailer didn't show us the creature because I mean, you know, we know this is a Dracula movie, right? And so I liked that the first trailer showed you a little bit, but didn't show you the creature. And now this new trailer, I didn't even realize yesterday. I'm just watching and thinking it's that same original trailer, and there they go again, completely showing the creature numerous times. So if you guys have not seen the newest trailer, don't go see it. Like, don't watch the trailer. Like, avoid it if you can. I hate when they do this shit. It's like we already knew it was going to be a Dracula movie. I don't think anybody is now more sold on going to see it because they saw the creature than they would have without seeing the creature. Like, it really pisses me off. But I am still really looking forward to that movie. I think it's going to be really fun. It just looks really well done. I'm just kind of curious what more to the story there's going to be now because it feels like I don't know. I'm just curious what they're going to bring to it. What's up, Jack Doobie? So glad you're finally back in, man. I am so sorry about blocking you. What's up, David Dirth? Okay, so if you were offered the chance to direct your favorite movie, which would it be and what would you change? Are you talking about my favorite like franchise, Sally? Like if I could direct any franchise? like a sequel or something. Greeting Earthlings, ladies and germs. Welcome to the creature feature of the evening. I'm excited to see Talk to Me tomorrow night. Your review got me even more pumped. Nice. I've seen it 3 times now. And nobody spoil Talk to Me or any movie for that matter. Don't spoil it or I will block you, and not on accident like I did with Doobie, but for real. What I would, so back to that question Sally had, I would want to direct a werewolf movie, I think. And I would definitely go or you know what, I would, man, I think I would go like a deep sea creature movie, because that or a werewolf movie. And I would definitely go with the less is more, all practical effects. I would use some CGI, but not on creatures and not on things like that. There's no point. You can use CGI on other shit, but like I don't understand why you got to do it on creatures. Like use makeup, use physical practical effects. Don't use it on blood and don't use it on creatures or people. From what I know, they are, because right now, the guys that most recently did the last 2 Scream movies, Radio Silence, they're working on a new Dracula-ish movie that the rumors are it's going to be the beginning of new Universal like monster direction, but it won't be it isn't the idea of it is not to redo Dracula, redo Wolfman, redo Frankenstein. It's more of like, can we do another story in that type of universe, like with similar characters or something like that? Salute to you, Mayhem. I know that feeling. People never say my name right. So much so that I had to do like 400 videos and always say my name at the beginning so people get it right. What's up, Matt? Yeah, Blumhouse is the absolute fucking worst. And they straight up, Jason Blum straight up has done interviews and said that he purposely, or not purposely so much, but does not give a shit about spoiling the movie in his trailers. So, like, if you want to have a movie spoiled, watch Blumhouse's trailers. Like, they will for sure spoil the movie. Like, I guarantee you, before Five Nights at Freddy's movie comes out, there will be a trailer that absolutely spoils that movie. Guarantee it. 100% guarantee it. Like, right now, they've shown a little, but watch. They're going to, like, completely spoil it. And these lights are, like, glaring off me. Is that better? Yeah. I don't think I'd ever want to work on a Cronenberg movie, man. Like, I feel like he's such a master artist and has like his vision in his head. Working for someone like that would be so difficult, because I'm someone that likes to create. Is a reason why I don't have collaborators on my channel. Why it's just me. I just don't work well with others. I mean, it's not that I don't work well with others. It's just I prefer to do my own thing, prefer to create things my own way. I saw the Meg 2 last night, and I have a review that I just shot that'll be up probably tomorrow. It is a lot of fun. I absolutely loved the Meg 2. Like, completely 100% loved that movie and wouldn't change anything. However, every critic is going to destroy that movie. It's a cartoon. It is completely and utterly meant to be taken, like, not taken serious. The special effects, everything leans so so hard into the bonkers craziness. I mean, it basically is a Bollywood movie, man, especially the final act. I loved it, man. I think I think the Meg 2 is fantastic. But you got to be someone that enjoys Sharknado, someone that enjoys the crazy, over the top, campy shark movies, because this pays homage to them all. I mean, there's literally Easter eggs to like the most famous small budget shitty shark movies. Like, it's fantastic. Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, that would be kind of cool if you could somehow like do something where there's like a guy werewolf kind of thing trapped on a ship or something like that, and it goes down and there's creatures and whatever. That could be a fun, interesting thing. But yeah, I mean, the Meg 2 is 100%, and the critics are going to hate it. Like, it is going to get destroyed. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cannibal Cost is all right. The big problem a lot of people have, and I have, is just the cruelty to animals, like the real cruelty to, because there's real animals. Everything you see is real animals being killed, and that's pretty shitty. But I mean, back in the day, Cannibal Holocaust would have been just terrifying, like so fucked up. It's kind of like when I first saw Hostel back when I was a teenager. Like, that was hard to watch, man. You watch it now and you're just like, oh not that crazy. I've seen worse. Unfortunately, I'm not a reader, Gareth. I have really bad eyesight and really bad um, dyslexia, and I just don't read. And and it's a lot of the reason why I'm someone who, I'm not trying to direct movies. I want to produce movies. I want to just be involved and get the right people and put them in place. It's playing at a drive-in, and I'm going to see it. Yeah, Meg 2 is a perfect drive-in movie. Like, I almost went to see it at the drive-ins tonight. I still might, even though I saw it last night, because I just had that much fun with it. But I might still go, but I have to like get out of here by like, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So we'll see. Will we ever see a renaissance of practical effects in horror? We see a renaissance right now of practical horror. I don't think Hollywood per se is ever going to embrace it. I think what we'll find, big Hollywood is getting even more this way. We'll see more and more of both. Like, there'll be a happy medium will be found, that it will be a lot more commonplace in big budget movies where you have special effects, CGI and practical, but they work really well together to where you can't even really tell what's what. Kind of like what we saw with Jurassic Park back in the day. But there's already a renaissance, especially when it comes to horror. The vast majority of horror movies, I mean, look at Scream, the most recent Scream. They did almost everything practically. Like, they use such little amounts of CGI. Like, it's crazy. Like, stuff that most movies would have just been, we'll CGI that. It's these big, giant, big blockbuster ones that are all CGI heavy, because they try to do things that there's no way you could really find a way to practically pull them off. And so, why is the table bouncing so much? Hey, Leslie. What's up, Cammy Q? Yeah. Yep. I mean, it was kind of the thing back then, the jostler. Like, no, I mean, they didn't see animals in the same way. It wasn't like I don't know. See animals in the same. They didn't really see any harm in it, especially like supposedly in Cannibal Holocaust, they ate all the animals, like the village people or whatever. All the animals that were killed in it, they ate them. It's not that they were wasted. For me, it's just like, dude, like, you could easily have done back then practical effects and not kill real animals. It's like the Friday the 13th snake. It's like, it's just laziness. No, I didn't read the whole book, Jack Doobie, Knock at the Cabin. I went and I've read kind of an abridged version, sort of, because I wanted to know like how they compared. And so I read, like, I don't know, it was put together where it's like sections of it. It took me a couple hours kind of thing to read, not like anywhere near the full book. Hey, Leslie, thank you so much. I need every penny I can get right now. I'm starving to death over here. Seriously, thank you so much, Leslie, coming in with $25 donation. You are amazing. It's my pleasure. Hell yeah, Big Chris coming in with the 5 spot. Thought it would have been cool if one of the survivors in 31 Days of Night was a secret werewolf and just trying to make it out to the next full moon. Oh, that is a cool idea. I would love to make a sequel to 31 Days of Night. Like, if I could make a sequel to anything, that would definitely be up there. 31 Days of Night is just incredible, and it's always blown my mind that we didn't get more of that world. Okay, I lost track where I was at. Yeah, I mean, I've read a little bit here and there. I try to read what I can. A lot of times I'll read scripts and things like that. I'll read short things. I've done some audiobooks. Like, audiobooks is the main way I've read a lot of books, is through audio. Like I did what was the one I last did? I did oh, I'm spacing on the name, but yeah, I've done audiobooks. I just don't have the money right now because I used to do audiobooks all the time, but I just don't have the money for my audio. I forget what it's called, but it was like an app that I downloaded books from. But I plan to again. But even then, my attention span is not the greatest. So yeah, Garrett, it's not that they like CGI. It's like I said, they like to have big explosion blockbuster movies. Those are what make the big bucks. And you literally cannot do a lot of the stuff they want to do without CGI. You know, it's like, I understand where they're coming from. I just get so tired of it. Like, especially, it's what has made me so bored and sick of all these superhero movies, because they're just nothing but constant CGI. Even the suits are CGI now. Like, literally, it's just these floating heads. That's it. Everything else is CGI in Marvel movies. And that's just insane. Hell yeah. Thank you, Big Chris. I miss Sam and Dean so much. I mean, I know they did 15 seasons of Supernatural. It's like, I know they're not, there's no reason for them to come back to that or whatever, but fuck, I missed that show. Yeah, there's just no point. There's no point to kill a real animal for film. There's just not. It's one thing if you capture it. Like, there's movies that have captured real death because they film footage of real wildlife and things like that, and they catch footage of things like naturally happening. That's one thing, like documentaries do, or even movies. I'm trying to remember the last movie I saw that did that. That lion movie, the dark, no, not the darkness. Is it Into the Dark or something like that? It's that Michael Douglas lion hunting movie or whatever. Anyway, there was some scenes from that were real animals dying, but it was, it was real footage of animals hunting each other and stuff. See, what I prefer rather than seeing an Event Horizon remake would just be someone to make a sequel to it, or the thing I would really like is for someone to take inspiration from that and make another movie that's in that kind of universe. Or what would be even cooler is someone to create a series that's in that universe. So you basically, that's your history. You take everything from the movie Event Horizon and just make a series around that story in that universe. And it could be before or after, but I just think it would be so fucking cool to see more into that world. And that's what I wish we would see more of, is people taking inspiration rather than just trying to rip every damn thing off. I don't know. I don't really agree, because I don't think the story, if you've ever watched documentaries and heard Ed Gein's whole story, it's really not that interesting. Like, he was just a mentally handicapped person that was kind of, not diagnosed, and unfortunately ended up killing some people. But he was really a sick man, and it's not like he's some crazy, serial killer that would make for an interesting story. Like, most of the bodies and the skins and all the things were dug up from a graveyard. I mean, yes, you could make a cool movie, but you'd have to twist the truth. It's kind of like that's why that movie's inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's helped inspire a bunch of other horror movies. It's because the actual story isn't that great, but the little tidbits you can take from it can make for a good movie, a good story. I haven't heard about that. If that's true, David, that's literally what I was just describing. That would be fucking amazing. Yes, Ghost in the Darkness. That's the one I'm talking about. There was I believe there was footage of animals being hunted and but it was real footage of stuff. Question. My husband and I enjoy your videos. If you could produce any movie and choose one of your favorite movie stars, what kind of movie would you make, and with who? I'm horrible with names. God damn it. I'm so bad with names. It would be a cosmic horror movie for sure, because I love cosmic horror. It would either be a cosmic horror movie or a deep sea movie, because I would love to see a Cthulhu movie, like a legit Cthulhu movie, and delve into all the scary, creepy, wild stuff in that world. But it would star a name that most people don't know. If I can find her name, because I'm spacing on her name. Oh, what is her name? There we go. Dora Madison Berg. It would star Dora Madison Berg. I adore her. I think she's amazing, and she is only in really, really small movies, but she does so much heavy lifting in those. She's just amazing, especially for on the level of the movies that she's in. But I adore her, and I think she's a brilliant actress and really deserves a shot at a legit, bigger budget movie. You played hooky again? Well, you didn't really play hooky yesterday. You just did all your work from home, right? See, I rescued kittens and raised them, bottle fed them, not harming innocent animals. Yeah, I love innocent animals. I have rats. I only have one because unfortunately my other one's died recently. But I haven't decided if I'm going to get more or not, because they just die so often, and it breaks my heart every time. White Hunter Black Heart. That sounds familiar. Ghosts have a great channel with great content. Thank you, Mayhem. Yeah, I agree with Brian. Leslie, you're the boss, and that's not really playing hooky, especially when you can't lie to us, because I know you did a bunch of work from home. It is so hot. It sucks. Why? Okay, you did this before, man. Why do you always say Human Centipede 2 was a cute little movie? Like I've seen you say that numerous times, and I don't know why you keep saying this. And Tusk was a cute little movie. Like I don't understand why you're saying that. Yeah, okay. That I totally agree with, Koki. I think you could make an amazing H.H. Holmes movie. Like just brilliant. There's so much story there. It is a perfect movie just sitting there waiting to happen. Like also, I mean, it would be brutal and fucked up. But I mean, the time period it's in, the visuals you could have are just amazing. Oh shit, I gotta fix something. Snake Plissken fell. Oh, he's too far over. There we go. Yeah, that sticky thing that holds the Snake Plissken 10 plate on is not sticking very well to my wall. It keeps falling down, so I need to get it, I don't know, something stickier. Yeah, I remember hearing things about that too. I didn't remember hearing about DiCaprio really, but I love Scout Taylor Thompson, but I wouldn't. I love her. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm just not sure. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I love her. I think she's. I listen to her podcast all the time. Talk scary to me. Oh hell yeah, Artemis! Thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Artemis. Cosmodos. Yeah, Panos Cosmatos. I would. Samara Weaving is another dream casting for my movie. I would love to have Panos Cosmatos do a movie, although he's got such a distinct style. He's another one that I don't know how, because you wouldn't like when you work, if you're working with an artist like that, you don't want to stop them from doing their vision. And it's like if I make a movie, even if I'm not directing it, I really want it to have a certain flavor and style of my own on it. And when you're, and so I almost would rather work with someone who works hand in hand with me and isn't necessarily just such a, like, has a distinct style of their own, right? Because I want to try to make my mark in it too, even though, because I want to make a film, but more oversee it, kind of like I'm kind of like a Spielberg. Okay, not like I'm not. I would never be a Spielberg, but you know what I mean, where he oversees the whole thing, but it has a very much Spielberg feel to it. Yeah, that would be another fun one too. That's another universe that I'm surprised we haven't seen more of, because Digging Up Tomorrow was so fun. I loved that movie. It was such a surprise. Did you fall again? What are you doing? What are you doing over there? My rat, she's like, I don't know, she's being all weird today. I think she's lonely. It sucks. Question. Yes, give me questions. Did you think Maximum Overdrive, or what did I think of that Maximum Overdrive? Just saw it last night. It is okay. Here's something. I have heard this rumor numerous times, and it's that Joe Hill wants to remake Maximum Overdrive. And a lot of people laugh at that and think that's ridiculous. I think there actually could be a really, really cool movie in there, especially if Joe Hill works on kind of rewriting that script, modernizing it some, and gets like a really, talented director or something. I think it could be really special. Now, the original, you got to just enjoy it for what it is. It's not a good movie, but it's fun and in a dumb, like really over the top way. I mean, it's the only movie that Stephen King ever directed, and he has admitted that he was as high as you possibly could be on cocaine in the making that movie. What the hell? I got this phantom hair somewhere. I feel it, but I can't see it. And it makes no sense because I have no hair. Well, very little anyway. Where's it coming from? Yeah, I've seen a bunch of documentaries on him. I've listened to a bunch of podcasts about him. One of the best podcasts talking about him was Last Podcast on the Left, which is, in my opinion, there is no question about it. They are the best podcast, period. They just keep getting better and better and better, and it's insane because as big as the Last Podcast on the Left is, they don't need to get better at what they do. They don't need to do more and more of a deep dive into what they do. They don't have to make their craft better, and they do. Their humor, everything just continues to get better. It's crazy. They've been doing it for like over 10 years. Just watched a bizarre one called Be My Cat. I feel like I've heard a few people mention that one. Isn't that on Tubi? I believe I added it to my list because someone else was talking about it and saying I needed to watch it. DiCaprio and Scorsese are creating a Devil in White City series for Hulu. The longtime collaborators are set to adapt the 19th century story. What story is that? A Devil in the White City? Is that another name for H.H. Holmes, or what is that referring to, Jack? Hey, L Train. Jumping onto the CGI conversation. I like the look of the Last Voyage of Demeter, where they make Dracula CGI. Yeah, I agree. I just would have really liked to have seen the Dracula creature in the movie for the first time and not have shown him so much in the trailer. I mean, they showed like very, very, very close up, like numerous times. And I was like, guys, why did you ruin that? You didn't mean to. The first trailer didn't show him, and it was plenty scary enough, plenty enticing enough. Just pisses me off. But I agree. The creature looks fantastic, but I think it's a lot more than just CGI. I would be shocked if there isn't some practical special effects going on there too. Don't I just hate it when Pliskin plummets? Yep, I very much do. Oh, let's get into the super. Who's that from? Thank you so much, Sydney. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. I love your videos. If you could own any prop from a film, what would it be? I would like the eye patch that Snake Plissken's wearing right there. It's just the first one that jumped to mind. I would never wear it because it's not my style, honestly. I like this style more than I do the one that he wears. But it's complicated for me. It was when I first started wearing this. I mean, I was very insecure not wearing it. because my eye looks all crazy and just looks off at nothing. And, you know, so I was very insecure not wearing it, but I was also very insecure in wearing it, especially in videos is one thing, but when you're wearing it out to go get a burger and fries or at a gas station or whatever, you know, and characters, there's not a lot of them, but a few characters in history, movies and whatever that were badasses wearing them. I don't know, it just gives you that little bit of an extra, for me anyway, it just helped me feel a little more like it was okay. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Would you be willing to do reactions to creepy narration stories or just want to do live reaction videos? Yeah, I want to react to just anything, but it needs to be like short format. So it needs to be like 30 seconds or less videos. But I'm going to start doing that pretty soon. I just need people to start emailing me different video links to video clips or on, you know, but it's got to be short form. So it has to be on Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts or TikTok. It's got to be something that's definitely a minute or less. And I plan on, you know, doing these reaction, but it's got to be horror related in some way. It could be horror funny, horror aesthetic, like Halloween decorations. It could be real life horror, like something to do with serial killer. Like, I don't care. Just, you know, I may not use it if it doesn't fit kind of what I'm wanting, but I definitely want to start doing this. Nice. You got the grandkids? That's awesome. I wish I had grandkids. Let's see. What Carpenter movie had your favorite cast of characters? Escape from New York or The Thing? The Thing. I love Escape from New York. Don't get me wrong, but The Thing is probably my second favorite movie of all time. It's what I consider to be the greatest horror movie of all time, with probably the greatest ensemble of characters of all time because of how they all fit into that story. It's like Alien is another one that the whole entire cast each plays a role and it's really important. Yeah, Triangle was on my list, like not like the last one, not this one this week, but wasn't it last week? It was like my last Tubi list. So I'm surprised, Katie, that you didn't see it on there. But yeah, I love Triangle. If you want to hear me talk about it, go to my last Tubi video list. My youngest grand loves horror. She's 3. Man, that's young. They did for TNT called Trucks. Yeah, that's kind of the remake, but it's not nearly as fun. The remake could incorporate devices in addition to trucks and vehicles. Yeah, that's what Joe Hill was mentioning, is that it would be more of like a electronics virus. He was saying that it would have to do with like phones, and you know, it would be like this virus that gets into everything and takes over everything of some kind. So where do you get your eye patches? I have had them made through Patreon, or I mean, through Etsy. I just find different artists that do leather work, and some like the ones I've found before already did patches, and then I just tell them a few tweaks, a few little things here and there, and then I just send them the measurements of my head, and they make them. This one, I don't know if I had this one custom made though. I think I got this one. I think I got it from Amazon, but I'm not sure. But it's one of my favorites. It's like one of the most sturdy. A lot of the other ones, they don't like fall apart per se, but they just start to get all like smushy. Because there's a lot of eye sweat, you know, like in the summertime, you're always sweating in these things. Oh, Stephen King was on board with it. I think it's more to do with just Joe Hill trying to have time. Like, you know, he's a busy guy these days and just trying to work out the King. Because I believe he was talking to, I think he was talking to the director of The Black Phone. and like it was something about the two of them were gonna start. We're talking about working on it or something like that. It was like I want to say 6 months ago that a story broke about it. Oh, that would be sick. I just watched Cold Skin just before turning here. Nice. Be My Cat. I keep hearing about that one. I do need to check it out. When you're talking about movies, though, please be careful to not spoil anything for anybody. CGI and horror catapults me into a cartoon almost every time. Maybe for wide shots, but if CGI is done right, you won't even know it's there. It's like the CGI in Jurassic Park. Unless someone explains to you where the CGI is and how it was used and stuff, to this day, a lot of the CGI you still can't even tell is there because it's just done correctly. Like when CGI landscapes, like where they shouldn't be using it constantly is for like people's suits. Like why? Seriously? Like in the Marvel movies and stuff, they're literally their entire suits are CGI. They're not even wearing actual suits anymore. No costumes at all. Like it's just fucking ridiculous. Greatest untapped character franchise, Pendergast from the Relic. Yeah, I think you mentioned that before, and it sounds super interesting. Ooh, Five Guys. Where's mine, Leslie? I want some Five Guys delivered. They're just so expensive. Like I agree, Brian. Five Guys is fantastic, but that's just crazy. Like most places, you can go get a burger and fries and drink for like $16, $20 at most. When last time I went to Five Guys, I spent like almost $30 for burger and fries and drink. I was like, what the fuck? But I agree, they are extremely good. I have your last 2v1 saved, so I didn't know you had seen Triangle. Sorry. Oh, no, there's no reason to apologize. I was just saying I was surprised that you hadn't seen it because you usually watch all of my videos. Thanks, Artemis. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Mad God was wild. I still haven't watched the last drive-in episode with Mad God because like he had the creator on there and everything. I keep meaning to. Maybe I'll watch the last drive-in tonight because I think the last two Friday or two episodes, so to speak, I haven't watched of theirs. As strange as it is, the one at least, I mean, honestly, the movie I'm looking forward to the most is the one I don't even know about yet. Because usually every horror season, or Halloween season, I should say, there's at least one or two horror movies that come out of nowhere that you're not expecting and are just awesome. And so I'm looking forward to whatever that's going to be. But out of the movies we know about, it's crazy to say, but I am really looking forward to the new Saw. It looks like it's really going to be, going back to the roots, going back to the beginning. It looks like it's shot very similar, the pacing, everything about it. And I love that Kramer's back. Like it just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really, really excited that we finally have a legit new Saw movie coming back. Because the last couple Saw movies didn't really feel like real Saw movies. I hate mine, yours, and everybody else's. You hate? I am super confused what you're talking about, Leslie. What do you hate? Oh, you meant you ate. I see. You ate everybody else's. I am not expecting The Nun 2 to be even decent. I think it's going to be complete boring microwave, not even fast food, but microwave food for dinner movie. Like, it's just, I could not stand the first Nun. It was absolutely so boring. And I don't see, at least from the trailer, that this looks any better. It looks like the exact same kind of thing. I mean, I don't know. They're always like competently shot. Like, they look good. They just need a story. And I'm just not a fan of the Conjuring universe stuff anymore, because it doesn't feel like there's like real care and effort put into these stories that they're doing. They just feel like they're just trying to put out stuff to make money. It's kind of like the way I feel about the new Exorcist movie and what Blumhouse is doing in general. And it's a new trend in horror that kind of sucks. I'm not super against it, because it at least still makes new horror fans, these PG-13 horror movies and stuff that's just quickly put out. I love going to the drive-ins or whatever and seeing a whole bunch of young teenagers and how scared they get. And I'm just like yawning over there. But still, I just wish that there would be a little more care, love, and thought and talent and all of that put into some of these Blumhouse and Atomic Monster movies. Love your channel, Pirate. What's your top 5 zombie movies? I have a top 10 zombie movie list. So if you go look on the channel, if someone could pull it up, put a link to it for me. Can someone do that? Or maybe I can do it, because I have a feeling one of you is going to be like, how do I do that? So give me 1 second and I'll put it. But I have a top 10 zombie video list. I want to make a sequel list to that, but unfortunately these videos do horrible. And then I also have a zombie, non-zombie top 10. Volume no off. Whoa, what's up? Thank you so much, Heavy Metal Crone. All right, so I just pinned my 10 best zombie horror movie list. So definitely check that out. And Heavy Metal Crone, you are awesome. Thank you so much. I love both kinds of zombies. Like, when you watch my top 10, you'll see it's a mixture of both. I don't have a preference, because there's something dreadful and just slow and prodding, and like it just never stops. Kind of like the movie It Follows. That was what was scary about that movie, or unsettling, I should say, about that movie. What are you doing over there? I'll be right back, guys. Hey guys, look who I brought to say hi. This is Ash. Now she's sitting on my laptop. Hey, sweetheart. Ah, she's causing all kinds of chaos. Okay, so I'm back. She caused a whole bunch of stuff to go all haywire. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I mean. Where they're just like fast food horror, where you can get a few chuckles and this and that, but you honestly don't remember anything about them. Like I always talk about, it's like gray mush in my head. It literally turns into gray mush. Nothing stands out. I can't remember anything about it. Hey, and man, speaking of which, I wanna what? I wanted the rated R version of Megan So Bad. That movie Was Megan? It was already the um the rated R version of Megan is available streaming. I'm your favorite pirate. Awesome. I don't think there's a lot of competition for YouTube ghost pirates, but I appreciate that. Was just wondering how you go about getting the movie footage for your vids. Um, you have to do screen capture and you record basically trailers and stuff, but it's really it's complicated and it takes a lot of trial and error because YouTube is going to copyright claim the shit out of you until you get a good system. I can kind of tell you, but I can't tell you exactly because I've literally just got it down to this like way I do things. It's kind of never do clips over 10 seconds kind of deal, and then you want to kind of do them out of order. So like if you're doing a trailer packet, or like if you're taking a trailer and using clips from the trailer, don't just let them remain in the same order, even if it's 10-second clips at a time. So like what I'm saying is like if you take 10 seconds of a clip, then put footage of you, then 10 seconds of a clip or less, so on. If they're in the same order, it'll still get you. So you want to kind of do them out of order. You got to change the size on them some. You got to change, if there's audio, you got to remove it or completely change the audio. Like there's a lot that goes into clips, and it's why most horror YouTubers don't bother with very many clips, not nearly as much as I do. Okay. Kanan, is your rat from Nymph? I don't know what Nymph is. But I don't know where she is. She was a rescue. But she's a Rex. She's a hairless. Yeah, I know. She does look like Rufus, huh? That's what she should have been called. Hell yeah. Michael coming in with the... Oh, oops, did I miss one? Yeah, Michael coming in with the super thanks. Thank you so much. I like your top 10 list, Captain. Don't let them stop. Yeah, I will always do them every now and then, but I gotta kind of get the channel really rolling for a little while. Like once I'm able to make enough money regularly to survive, then it won't be as big of a deal if I take a huge loss on a video or not. So I kind of gotta be a little repetitive, and it's like Prime, Tubi, Shutter, Prime, Tubi, Shutter, maybe another one mixed in there. Kind of deal until it's a little bit bigger and rolling a little bit more. It's kind of the plan, but it's also whenever I have time, I'll do one of those other ones. They just take like about 40 hours, roughly about 40 hours from beginning to from beginning to end with everything that goes into making one. Between 20 or between like 30 and 40 hours. And the top 10 of all time take even longer sometimes because I like to really do my research and watch as many of the movies for that subgenre as I can. It's like, all the ones you guys are telling me, like you need to watch this one, you need to watch that one. I try to watch as many as I can so that I feel like my top 10 isn't based on just simply the 10 that I know of, but the 10 that are considered by a lot of other people to be the best, kind of thing. Like really have a good reference for it. Yeah, she is a sweetheart. I love her. But since her little partner passed away, she's not doing too great, and it makes me really sad. The problem is, it's like if I get more rats, they're like little babies, and she's old, and I don't really know how she would handle like little baby annoying rats either. So, like, I wanted to find another, older, not old, but middle-aged rat so that they could kind of be around the same age, but that's not easy to I used to have a connection here that rescued rats all the time, and that's how I got my last, half a dozen rats or so. But I don't have that now. All right, guys, I want questions, nothing but questions. So write the word question and then put your question in your comments. I want to be flooded with weird, strange questions for the next 10 minutes or so at least. I'll be right back. All right. Let me see what fun, crazy questions you guys came up with. All right. I had to put Ash back in her cage. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? Okay. Kanan, the animated movie, The Secret of NIMH. Oh, okay. Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Those Tubi lenses are brought me to the channel. Now I tune in just because. Yeah, and that's why I gotta keep doing those ones, especially because those are what bring, for the most part, they're what YouTube pushes and they're what brings in new traffic. So it's not that I don't enjoy doing those other lists. I love them, but I enjoy doing all the different things that I do on the channel, to be honest. But I have to kind of do what also brings in new people, and then also what gives you guys something of value. Because I don't know, I am, I like I don't know. I know what I'm doing is entertaining, I guess. Maybe I don't really think of it that way, though. I just kind of look at it like I want to find things for you guys to watch. Find things to make you feel or entertained. You're a middle-aged rat. What's up, Phil's bad man? Well, I'm glad your week is done. I'd love to see a video, do a vid on South Korean horror. They really miss. I know I need to watch more. The ones I've seen, like the ones you named, are fantastic. But once again, it's one of those lists that I just don't. I know YouTube wouldn't push it, so I have to. I don't know. I either have to kind of do it a little at a time until it's done, or be able to take a big loss. So usually on lists like that, I got to be able to post 2 videos the same week, so that if one of them doesn't do good, the other one will pull it the week through, kind of thing. Question: you're peacefully enjoying your lunch. Your server brings a mobile phone along with the check. It rings. Do you answer it? Yeah, why not? I don't really have a good reason why I wouldn't answer the phone. I'm not really someone that I'm more always the quizzical kind, which would probably get me in trouble, I guess, from time to time. I'd be more bothered by the fact that I didn't answer it and like who would have been on it than I am afraid of who would be on it, if that makes sense. Question: do you have a favorite movie poster of all time? Night of or Dawn of the Dead. Is it Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead? I forget which one it is that I love the most, but I have it somewhere. I've had it up on the wall before, but it's the one that's drawn by one of the Kyoto brothers, and I think it's Dawn of the Dead. I'm pretty sure it's Dawn of the Dead, but it's just this beautiful, or is it Day? I don't know, but it's like the blue and it's just a beautiful. Let me see if I can find it and show you what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure it's Dawn. No, it's not these ones. So maybe it is Day. Yeah, I think it's Day of the Dead. Because I have that one too. Yeah, it's this one right here. And I have a replica, of course, of it. But I mean, and it's got the Kyoto Brothers signature down here on. It doesn't show it in this, but man, there's another cool one of it. I didn't realize was out there. But yeah, you can't see it in this picture, but right down here it has the Kyoto Brothers signature. I don't know which Kyoto Brothers painted it or drew it or whatever, but I just love it. It's such a classic, actual art. Okay, saw the end of the British horror movie with Mommy and the Towel that was rip off of the other. I haven't seen that. Are you talking about the one on like don't wake mommy? Or question: would you rather spend 2 weeks in Silent Hill or eat a crackhead alive? I would definitely go to Silent Hill. Yeah, it would be horrific and all of that, but there's at least a chance of surviving. If I'm eating a human alive, well, then there is no possibility of surviving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm experiencing that. And it's happening. There's no not, because I'm not someone that's so afraid of dying as I am of experiencing, right? I would rather try to survive and see things and whatever, but possibly get out, right? Then in this case, I'm definitely eating this crackhead or not. It's still a human being. Yeah. I'd at least give it a shot. What's my favorite old black and white horror movie? I think it's kind of cliche sounding, but I think it's House on Haunted Hill. And a lot of it's because I've watched it so many times. But oh man, now I want to watch that movie. Like, it's one of those comfort movies for me. I love the pacing of it, the lighting of it, the sound. Vincent Price is incredible in it. Love that movie. Ever seen Let's Scare Jessica to Death? No, I don't. I don't think so. The other, did you find taste for his age? No, I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen either of those actually. So I'll keep an eye out for him. Her Saw 10 is going to be the longest yet. You played on those like I am or still hyped. What? Oh, I'm extreme. I was just saying a little while ago in the stream when someone asked what movie was I the most excited to see that's still coming this year. And I know it's crazy to say, but honestly, it's Saw 10, man. Saw X. I am so excited for that movie. It looks like they're finally going back to what made that franchise great, you know, and the first couple, especially the first two, which are the ones that I'm the biggest fan of. After that, they just started to kind of, I don't know, they started trying to chase the dragon's tail and what was popular at the time, and instead of just sticking to what made that franchise special. And this looks like they're definitely going back. And the fact that Kramer is in it, I mean, it just feels like the first Saw in a long time, and I am extremely excited for it. And I know what to expect. I don't care. Like, I know it's not going to be like a game-changing story. Like, everybody knows exactly what is going to happen in it, really. That's not what we go to see them for, but it just, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be fun. I'm really excited for it. Question: what movie have you not be? What? Okay, question: what movie have you not be? I don't know what that means. Ever seen Centennial? No. I think it was overshadowed by the satanic trend of the times. Sounds like a lot of movies were overshadowed by the time, but no, I haven't seen it. Oh, hold on. I feel like I've heard about that one though, but I haven't seen that. Question: have you seen Threads from 1984 about new? No, that sounds cool. Well, cool in like an interesting way. You said you wanted weird. I'll give you weird. That's what she said. Okay. Oh man, Threads was crazy. Damn it. Okay, now I feel left out of the party. I want to see that movie. If you could make a Horrorwood Walk of Fame, who would get a star? Well, I mean, there's the Given, right? I can't name off everybody, but of course it's Vincent Price, Bela Lugosi. It would be. See, now I'm brain farting on everybody, but I mean, it would be it would be Freddie, Jason. I mean, well, not. It would be the actors, of course, but I'm bad with names. But I mean, it would just be your. It's like if I could only pick one. If that's your question, if I could only pick one, that would have to be on it. I think it would be Boris Karloff with Vincent Price right there. I almost said Vincent Price, but I think I would go Boris Karloff. But I mean, there's so many that I would want to be on there, of course. Like, all the greats, all the legends. Okay, what horror movie do you think has the best soundtrack? We mentioned Maximum Overdrive earlier. A lot of people, I'm not a fan of AC/DC at all, so not really a fan of that soundtrack. I am still partial to The Crow. I mean, I know there's soundtracks that are better. Not really that I can think of off the top of my head though. But the one that does jump to mind that I've loved my whole life and I was obsessed with when it came out was The Crow. I can't even tell you how many times I listened to that soundtrack. I still listen to that soundtrack. It's just amazing. Question: you said it took 40 hours to put the list together. How much of that 40 hours is spent on watching the movies versus editing scripts, etc.? It's a good 10 to 12 hour day of just watching movies and writing down notes. And then another, it's like that's one whole work day always to do that. And by the end of that day, I have my notes ready. I have everything ready that I need to do to shoot, basically. But keep in mind, throughout that entire week, I'm always seeing a movie and hearing about a movie and not watching them per se, but kind of fillers out on what movies I'll see. Oh, Tubi's got a new one coming. And so the list is already kind of formulating, but one full day to completely put it together. Then the next day I shoot it and edit the raw. I usually get most of the raw edited in the next work day, and each one of my work days is around 10 hours, like of just work, but it's kind of spread out through a whole 24-hour period sort of thing. But so that would be day 2. Then day 3 is editing all the clips in, and then also that's into day 4. Day 4, I finish editing in the clips, add the audio, like I have to boost the audio and add in all the backing music and whatever, any little text or the stuff that is the thank yous to the patrons and the channel members and all that kind of stuff, finalizing stuff. And then that's the end of day 4. And then a little bit into day 5 is thumbnails, making the video all ready to go, uploading it, making sure all that stuff, all the tags and everything are in place, and all of that's in place. So like I said, it's at least like the fastest I think I've ever done one is like 25 hours. And I don't think I could do them that way now. I don't think I could ever touch 25 hours now. I did that then because one, I knew all the movies that I wanted to put on it, so I didn't need to watch a bunch of movies. And then 2, I didn't do nearly as many trailers, and it wasn't as, I don't know. And the other thing that takes me time is making my little interludes, the little video things that go in between each movie. They may not seem like much, but I actually put a few hours into each one that I create. It's, yeah, there's quite a bit more put into that than people realize. So, but that's how it's mostly divvied up. Every video is a little different, but it's about how it breaks down. So sometimes it can take even up to 50 hours, especially the best of list. I had one that took me almost 7 days, and I had put probably a good 10 hours into each day on it. Like, yeah, it was a beast. I'm trying to remember which one that was, but like I watched a lot of movies for that list. I don't remember which one it was. Sorry, accidentally hit send before I was ready. Okay. Well, I still don't know what your question was though, Rodney. Oh, hell yeah, YouTube or YouTube me. Thank you so much. Just wanted to throw a few bucks. Well, I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you. I love the South Korean horror. It's my favorite. Question: if you could play a role in any horror movie, which role would you choose? I've always wanted to be like the Kane Hodder type. Like just once, I did a photo shoot one time where I was dressed up as this crazy psycho killer with this really insane mask that my ex made. The pictures are floating around somewhere. I'll find them and post them for Halloween maybe this year. But I looked really, really good. And I had this little tiny model. Like she was pretty small. But I'm also a pretty big guy. I'm not huge, but I'm like 6 foot 240. And she was like 5'3", 100 pounds, basically, maybe something around there. And I literally threw her over my shoulder like a bag of potatoes. Like it was cool. And it was a photo shoot, but I've always wished that I could do that in a movie. I think you are so gregarious that you would never say no to interact. I forget what the word gregarious means. Leah, what's gregarious mean? Come peek your head in on the live stream and tell me what gregarious means. This is my sister Leah, who I've talked about.
Hi.
That's my
What's
sister.
the word?
Gregarious. Gregarious. God damn it. I even pronounced it wrong. I feel like I've heard it, but I don't remember what it means.
Gregarious means you like people and you're interactive with people and you're like very engaged.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, I have my moments.
You're an introvert.
Yeah. I'm introverted as well at times. Like I need my, quiet time, like hiding in a hole, but I also love people, love to be around people at the same time. So. What? Okay, what horror movie most closely relates to your real life and why? Carrie. Without even thinking about it, that movie, the original Carrie especially, got to me so bad because her mom in that movie is scarily like my mom, like my sister's mom. We went through a lot of the same stuff. Like without getting too much into detail, yeah, that movie Carrie has always hit home hard. British quad for Evil Dead is a phenomenal. What? British quad for Evil Dead 2 is phenomenal. I also have. I don't know what a British quad is. Oh, you're talking about the quad, the poster. I don't know if I've seen the British one for Evil Dead. Question: which horror movie icon would be the ringleader for all horror icons? I pick Kane from Poltergeist 2 or the Tall Man. I could definitely see the Tall Man. But honestly, I would pick John Kramer. Like John Kramer, he just has that like way with words and would justify all the actions of all the like evil creatures, you know? That would be a fun movie. Stupid, but fun. You are doing your show, then during the Q&A, you receive a question from none other than Kanan Becker. You discover he is your sinister clone. What do you do? I don't know. What can I do, right? I mean, I would probably start asking him questions. Try to find out like what his life is like, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing you can do other than just trying to find out about it and like just deal with it. I guess that would be fucked up. That's like the movie. Man, I forget the name of it. It's on Netflix. Shoot, if I think about it, I'll mention it. Question: if you met Tarman in a dark alley, would you try and make him your pet and personal assassin, or just run? I would definitely run. Tarman didn't seem like the type that you could really make your personal pet. He seems really unruly and like there's not very much brains left in him. Like all he can do is just say brains. All right. Follow-up question. Five Guys, burger or fries? Is that fries or is it a hot dog? I've never had Five Guys hot dogs. I didn't know they had hot dogs. So I'd have to go with a burger just because I've never had their hot dogs. The logical and rational response there was phenomenal. Okay, thank you. You ain't catching no crackhead. Oh, I love Creature in the Black Lagoon so much. I've watched that movie so many times. City of the Dead was great black and white, or Bucket of Blood with Dick Miller. You know, I have never seen Bucket of Blood, and it's one of those movies that I've meant to watch so many times. I think this Monday, if it's free, I think it's a free domain. I think we'll watch Bucket of Blood because I've meant to watch that movie for so many years, and I don't even know why, but I've just never been able to watch it. I've just never watched it. Oh, shit. YouTuber me coming in. Thank you so much. My favorite Hammer. I knew someone would ask me a question like that. See, Hammer is a big blind spot for me where I haven't seen a lot of them because like they're just not easy to find a lot of them. It's got to be Dracula. I'm trying to remember the year. Let's see, what year is that? but I know there's other ones that I probably would like more. I just haven't seen them. Yeah, Dracula from 1958. That would be my favorite, but it's out of the limited ones I've seen. I'm trying to think. There's literally not. I mean, there's a lot I haven't seen. Like, it sucks. But that's a fantastic movie. So, all right, Heavy Metal Crone, get some ice on that hand, and I hope you feel better soon. Question: besides Saw, which franchise has gone off the rails that you wish they could fix? Puppet Master. I've always thought that Puppet Master was kind of a wasted opportunity. The other one is Wishmaster. Like Puppet Master and Wishmaster, I both think could be, especially now. I feel like you could do amazing reboots of both those, and they could just be so good. And it's like all you ever do is, you know, they have like no budget and they just make these campy, schlocky movies. And it's like, it's not that I hate on those. It's just I feel like there's potential to do something so much better. Your first was mine, Vincent Price. Yeah, Robert Englund, Vincent Price. I mean, I would have a really hard time. There's just literally thousands of horror icons that I would want to be on a Walk of Fame. Question: the cast from Cheers, The Cosby Show, and Seinfeld are in Hunger Games tournament. Who is your victor? Kramer. I think it's Kramer because he's a fucking nut. I could definitely see him going off the rails and like having a necklace of human ears and shit. Like, what's his name from Cyborg? Is it Cyborg? No, Universal Soldier. Like the dude in Universal Soldier. Like I could literally just see Kramer going fucking buck wild and just killing a bunch of people. Either that or Elaine. I could see Elaine just going nuts as well. I would say definitely one of those two. Question: best horror movie to help pull you out of a bummer mood. Bonus: what can be? It's Killer Clowns from Outer Space is definitely up there. Phantasm is up there. The Fog, Salem's Lot. You know what? I think I'd have to go. Man, my eyes look all bloodshot. I wonder if they actually look that way or if that's just the lighting. Because I'm not high. I don't smoke weed. I used to, but can't anymore. Too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Anyway, the Lost Boys. That's another one that would be, yeah, you know what? The Lost Boys is really high up there on a movie that would take me out of a bummer mood. But a lot of times it's nostalgic. It's more, for me, it's like finding comfort, finding something that makes me feel safe and comfortable and happy. It's hard to explain, but yeah, that's why Halloween 3 is definitely high up there. Salem's Lot, you know, ones I talk about all the time. Yeah, The Crow, best soundtrack. That's what I said too, Sally. Yeah, the Lost Boys soundtrack is incredible as well. Blech. I don't remember the Omen soundtrack. I've never been a fan of the Omen movie. I always found it very boring and it just never got me. I think if I'd seen it back when it came out, it would have been, you know, it would have got me a lot more. But because I didn't see it until like the 90s, it just was, you know, like slow. Man, I need to watch. I've tried to watch Possum, and I just could not get past the first like 15 minutes or so of it. I need to re-watch it. A lot of times there's movies, especially slow ones, that if I'm just not in the right mode, like if I'm in work mode and I'm like go go go, I just can't watch them. It's hard. Um, but I keep hearing great things about that movie, so I definitely am gonna watch that at one of these days. If you were to create a horror version of the Avengers, who would be on your team? How many Avengers are there? Like, is it like 5? So it'd be Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Handyman, and the Tall Man. And I know I'm leaving one off that I'd be like, why did I leave? Because I'm tempted to put Frankenstein and Dracula, but it's my dream team. Ugh. That's so difficult. I'd be tempted to put Art on there as well, but yeah, I'll go with those. Are you my evil twin or am I yours? Yeah, that's a good point. That is a really good point. It's like, what's to say that that's the evil twin? They always say like the happy is nice seeming people are the evil ones or whatever, right? So maybe I'm the evil one. I don't think I am, but if you're evil, I don't know of any real evil demented fucks that actually think they're evil demented fucks. That's why they always justify the stuff they do. Question: what is the weirdest or most strange thing that has ever happened to you? Oh, what's up, Boogeyman Closet? I was wondering where you were. I haven't seen you on here all night. I'm glad you finally got the notification this week. Let me think. I've had a lot of really weird things happen to me. So when you say weird, are you talking like supernatural weird? I got a couple really strange supernatural things as well as like, so there's different things. One of them was for about 12 years. I delivered pizza to compensate because I was an artist. I made art, and you don't always make enough money every month to pay the bills. And I sure as hell didn't. Sometimes I did, but most of the time I didn't. So I had to work as a pizza delivery driver, and I worked full time, and I was, always delivering. Anyway, one night I was driving back from a delivery run, and I was out in this rural area that gets pretty dark at night. There's not a lot of street lights and stuff. And as I was driving up this hill, you could like see nothing but sky pretty much above you as you're coming up this hill and looking out, right? And I saw this green falling bright, like it looked kind of like an asteroid or a comet or something like that, but it was giant ball of fire, but greenish. And saw that, and then seconds later, I saw a huge ball of fire, like coming behind it. So it was like green ball falling, then this just literally a huge ball of fire coming behind that. And my son on the opposite side of town, I don't know why I even decided to call him, but I called him, or no, he called me. Like seconds later, he called me and was like, "Oh my God, Dad, I can't believe, you will never believe what I just saw, blah, blah." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I saw a green." And before he could even finish saying it, I'm like, "It was a ball of green fire." So we both saw the same thing. We did research, and there is such a thing as a green, I think it's asteroid or green comet or whatever. It's pretty rare, but they do happen. But the part that was so strange to me was the giant ball of fire behind it, because nowhere I could find anywhere, nothing saying anything about a comet of any kind that had something that came behind it. And like, this is not like right behind it. This was like, I saw the green thing. It kind of gets past the horizon, and then boom, this huge ball of fire. I don't know. I can never explain it. It was wild. Yeah, so that's one of the ones that jumps to mind. I have other strange things that's happened to me, but that's the one that immediately jumped to mind. Putting Kanan on the spot. Question: can you do a video while you're getting your nails done? Your nails are the first thing I look at. I don't think that because I get it done in a salon, and you know, there's lots of other people there. It'd be kind of rude, but maybe I'll just have the video part. I'll record it and put it in somewhere without the audio or something, so that I'm not, you know, bothering other people. Maybe I'll do something like that sometime. Talking about your work day, I used to work 12 hours a day in a factory job, and I would work with my friend who was a guitarist as sound engineer, and then I would drink about another 12 hours. Yeah, I used to have, you know, like I'm not bitching at all about the hours I work now. Like, I love what I do. It gets overwhelming and tiring and all that at times, but like, I would trade it for anything, because I've done way longer daily shifts and of construction, and I've had multiple jobs at a time. I mean, for a long time, I was working doing custom cabinetry, which sounds nice, but in reality, I was just kind of a grunt digging ditches, like doing all the manual labor shit that a grunt does, with a nice title of the cabinetry, even though the cabinet part was literally just helping a guy put him in place sometimes. But anyway, I would do that, and then I would drive an hour and a half to the restaurant and deliver pizzas for another 6 hours, to drive an hour and a half back home to sleep for 3 hours and do it all again. And I did that for a couple years. Like, I've had a brutal schedule, so I am in no way complaining about what I do now. The only issue really with what I'm doing now is just simply trying to find a way to make enough money to survive. Like, I love what I'm doing. It's just a hustle. So it's like trying to, you know, like literally every penny, you know, trying to find every penny you can to keep going and surviving, but also keeping your ethics. Like, I've had a few things recently where I have to kind of turn down money because it's just not really what I want to do either. Because at the end of the day, even though I know you guys would understand or whatever, I don't want to be doing things just simply to make money. Like, the reason I'm doing this is like, there's a reason for it. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because of, you know, I want to create things that help people and entertain people and spread the word about great movies and entertainment and art and all that. I just, unfortunately, in order to do it, need to make money. So, but I've had some tough decisions lately, you know, with that. Okay, question. I'll ask again. What movie have you not seen yet but are anticipating they're fixed it? Oh, what movie have I not seen yet but I'm anticipating? I was saying earlier, I'm really looking forward to Saw X. I'm also looking forward to The Last Voyage of the Demeter. But I also know there's going to be some really awesome horror to still come this year, because every year there'll be quite a bit of good stuff to this point. But then when September hits, we all of a sudden start really seeing what's up that year with horror. Because between September, October, and November, but especially during that 6 week, like the last 2 weeks of September through October, there's just so much good horror that's put out. And there's going to be things that surprise us all that we don't know about. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it all, to be honest. I enjoy most movies. I'm not, like, I get a hard time a lot about that I like everything. But I just, especially when it comes to horror, man. I fucking love the genre. I think that there's a lot more good than bad in it. You just have to look for the good and not focus on anything negative. Yeah, I just don't know how much of a like I love Tall Man, but I don't know if he doesn't seem like a verbal leader. You know what I mean? Like he led a bunch of little weird midget swish people. I guess midget's not a good word. Little small mush people. He wasn't. I don't know if he's like really a vocal leader. That's why I said Kramer, because John Kramer is very much like like he's a smart villain, one of the smartest. The other one would be I forget his name, but the doctor scientist from Reanimator, Jeffrey Combs' character. He would be another one that I think he's nutso, but I think he would be a great leader. Oh shit, Pickford 31. Thank you so much. Man, it doesn't show me. I wish something would light up when there was a super thing so that I could get to it right away. Yeah, exactly. That's how you would know, because he would just hate everything. Like I love everything, or at least people say that. He would just hate everything. Like every movie he would hate. Like there's one review channel that I won't say the name of, but he just seems to hate every fucking movie. Hey, Ghost Pirate, you watch any boxing? Or I love MMA. I used to fight MMA some. I mean amateur, but I used to fight when I was late teens, early 20s. I love watching the UFC. I haven't been able to much in a while because I don't have access to watching it. Like I don't have the money for the the pay-per-views, and I don't have ESPN and stuff. So, but during lockdown, I watched a lot, as much as much of mixed martial arts as I could. Have you seen Return of the Living Rave to the Grave? No. No, that sounds pretty silly. Question: which 6 horror characters would you invite to a dinner party, and what would you serve? Oh man, I would pick. I would. Uh, all right, I would go with Dracula, the Bela Lugosi one. I would go with John Kramer. I would go with Freddy Krueger. I would go with the Jeffrey Combs from the Reanimator Doctor. Nah, he'd be annoying. I don't want him. Oh, I would go with the what's his name? The character, the insurance detective guy from In the Mouth of Madness. I would go with him. Oh, I need one more. Who else would I go with? Since I'm looking at the poster, I would go with Ethan Hawke's character from The Black Phone. So I'd go with those guys. I think they would be interesting conversation, even if I'm like scared to death for most of the thing. And I would serve a Thanksgiving dinner, like a proper Thanksgiving dinner. Cranberries, mashed potatoes, turkey, the whole thing. Definitely pumpkin pie. See, that's what I mean. I've never seen that. There's so many Hammer films that I haven't seen. Question: which Exorcist prequel do you like better? Man, it's been so long since I saw either of those movies, and they're honestly like the same movie. Because weren't they both? They're literally like the same movie. They're just different directors, so they reshot it. I don't remember them, to be honest. Like I've seen them, but it was a long time ago. I saw them when they were in theaters, and neither of them were very good. Oh yeah, I do have the Fog poster up. Yeah, I found that one at this guy. He like prints out in Nevada at a small little ghost town type of place. I forget which city in small like West Nevada, but he prints out really old horror and movie, like not obscure per se, but just not anything new. Everything's like older and stuff. And takes a lot of care and pride into them all. Like my favorite one I got from him is a Phantasm one that I had never seen before, and it's literally like a quarter sheet. It's just it looks so cool. For Horror Walk of Fame, yeah, every single one of those names I agree with, but there's just so many other ones. Like I can't just like if you give me an exact number, then maybe. Oh, thank you, Leslie. My eye feels like it looks all bloodshot and tired, which is weird. I actually got a lot of sleep last night for the first time in weeks. Oh, I love Shocker. It gets so much shit, and I don't know why. But I love the movie Shocker. It was so fun, campy, but in a great way. Tower from 2023. Oh shit! Gabby Bell posted a video. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. Tower. LAFC Beast, is it just called Tower? Because I'm not seeing anything, dude. Oh, The Tower.
To be like them, you've got to think like them.
On est 150 dans cette tour. Vous savez combien ils sont à chaque étage?
Dans l'immeuble, il n'y a pas que des gens normaux.
Set up so I can hear.
Elles sont où les tours? C'est quoi ce délire? Putain. Vous avez du réseau? Il n'y a plus de téléphone, il n'y a plus de télé, il n'y a plus rien.
Are you talking about this French movie? Is it this one? Oh shit. Thank you so much, Charles. Wow, you guys are awesome. Thank you. What Black and White quoted, we all go a little mad sometimes. That's Psycho. Garrett Peck, you forgot Brad Dourif. Yeah, I love Brad Dourif. Norman Bates. I'm not the host, but I got knocked off a mountain twice. Damn, what? I don't know how that happens. Yeah, it never feels like everybody's here if the boogeyman's not here. Definitely one of them, one of the OGs, one of the core group. Okay. You seem like you're about my age. Did you grow up with retro video games? Yes, I didn't get to play a lot of video games. We were super, super poor, so I never had a system of my own. So friends had it, and I was able to go over their houses a little bit here and there. And then as an adult, I went back and got a Nintendo, and I've played a lot of those games that I always wanted to as a little kid, like definitely Castlevania, and Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But I didn't nearly get the gaming, unfortunately, that a lot of kids got. That's why I still want to get a new console now and start doing some gaming with you guys. I want to Spooky Astronaut just started a gaming channel, and I'm like jealous. I'm like, man, I want to do a gaming channel now. Question: if you are looking for your next movie to watch, what horror genre do you go to first? I always go zombie. I don't ever go to a genre. I literally have a list like a mile long of recommendations. I'll look through those. I listen to a bunch of different podcasts that talk about different movies. I watch a bunch of different YouTube channels. Like, I don't understand other YouTubers that are like, oh, I don't watch YouTube. I'm like, really? Because I watch a lot of YouTube. Because it's not that I'm trying to steal anything from anybody, but like, to me, that's the best way to learn, is to learn from your peers. So I'm like a sponge. I literally just absorb movies from everywhere. And then I'll go to one of these streaming services, and whenever they put their new stuff out, like right now, it's this in-between time, which drives me crazy because I am about to shoot a Tubi video tomorrow, but I know that any day now they're going to drop and add a bunch of new movies, and it's going to piss me off so bad because I'm going to be like, I would have put that one and that one and that one. And the 10 I have are all good. So it's not that it's not going to be a good list. It's just, I hate this in between when I know any day, because they don't have specific days. But Tubi especially is one that just drops a bunch all at once. They don't and they don't have an exact day, but it's usually around the beginning of the month, sometime between the 1st and the 7th. And they usually just drop like a bunch of different horror. But anyway, so I'll look through a streaming service, like whichever one's next in line. Like right now it's Tubi. So I just look through and I try to come up with 5 of movies I've already seen that I want to talk about for different reasons. So then once I have those 5, then I start finding the rest of them from different sources and different ways. And if I don't put together one on, say, Tubi that easily, then I go, okay, well, what other one is somewhat due? And it would be like right now, it would be Shudder. I'm not going to do a Hulu one again because the last one just did horrible. So it will be a while before I do a Hulu one again. But it would be a Shudder or Netflix. So if the Tubi one doesn't fall together easy enough, then I would be, okay, is there a list I could put together pretty easily on Shudder or Netflix? And between those 3, if one of them, has it, then I'm like, all right, go with that. In this case, Tubi is up, and I'm able to pretty quickly put together a new list for Tubi. So that's what I'm going to shoot tomorrow. And the only thing that would change is if tonight Tubi, or tomorrow, I guess in the morning before I shoot, if they add a bunch of new or like some other ones that I haven't already, then I would adjust the list accordingly or whatever. Usually I'll just be like, screw it, it'll go on the next Tubi list. Hopefully those movies will still be there when that time comes around. Go Diamondbacks. No, go Giants. Herbert West, thank you. I used to be a huge sports fan, baseball fan. I don't really ever watch games anymore, very rarely. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the crew, the Jostler. Hell yeah. I appreciate you, and I really love every time anybody joins up, so much appreciated. That support means a lot to me. Sally, let's see, where did Sally have a question? if I missed your question and I answered someone after yours, it's cool to re-ask it because it means I probably just missed it. Try to put question in the beginning so I can make sure I get it. What is the name of your nail salon and your manicurist? I don't have the one I really like. Her name is it Sarah? Yeah, Sarah. But any of them are fine there. Usually I have her, but any of them are cool there. It's a place called Salon. Nail Salon. Or no. Nail Spa. It's called Nail Spa. And it's in basically near the city where I live. It's out in Roseville, California. I'm sure you hate being the video ideas from your viewers. Okay. I'm sure you hate getting video ideas from your viewers, but I need an intro to best Universal horror movies. That's a good list. I'll definitely put one of those together before too long. That'll be one of my next ones because I love talking about old Universal movies. And so I'll do like my top 10 Universal black and white horror because I've never done that, and that would be fun, especially if I could do one of those before Halloween. I don't hate getting ideas. That's where I get most of my ideas is from you guys. So I just can't use a lot of them because, like I said, unfortunately YouTube just does not push my videos at all, like unless they're connected to one of the streaming services. Yep, that's what I was saying, Brett. That's exactly what I said. No question about it. It is the best horror movie of the year, in my opinion. I've seen it 3 times, and it gets better each time because there's a lot of layers to that movie. And I think the people that are not enjoying that movie are not grasping it on its full depth, like fully getting what the movie is about. They're just going to watch a scary movie. And if you're just going to watch just a scary movie, that's fine, but you're probably missing out of what it makes it so special. So, wish it could be like made to feel like one was awful and subhuman. For blurring that out, as I told earlier, I can't say everybody feels that way, but I have those moments a lot of times, and you just got to fight through it. You know, it'll feel better tomorrow. It will get better. It always does. But it sucks. And like we all go through that. You're not alone because like a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people in this community can relate to that. These lights are bugging me, man. Like I never got them in the right spot today. There we go. That's that. Why is it? Like I want to be just lit normal, not like glaring. Okay. I got hit in the face while a friend. Damn, that's crazy brutal. Damn. See, I went back and forth on whether to see Meg or Tucker. Okay, the Meg is very, very, very different. It's like the polar opposite. You go to see the Meg because you want to turn your brain off and just laugh and just watch the most ridiculous. Think Bollywood meets Sharknado kind of movie. I loved it. I loved the Meg, but it's like that. Whereas Talk to Me is very, very dark, very grim, very uncomfortable. It's deep. It's powerful. Spooky Astronaut just started a gaming channel. She just posts basically clips of her gaming on Twitch because she does the gaming live on Twitch and then takes the footage and puts it on YouTube on a gaming channel. So yeah, definitely go over there. Tell her I said hi. I know she knows I exist, I think, but she kind of ignores me. A lot of the other horror YouTubers ignore me because I'm just nobody, I guess. I don't know. I try to like be cool with them and talk to them some. I try not to be the antisocial guy. I'm friends with a few of them, but both times real, but it was hilarious. So, are you ready for October? Man, I'm always ready for October, but for me, October starts September 1st. I decided a few years ago that just 1 month was not enough Halloween for me. So I started celebrating starting in September. So on the channel, you'll see it just kind of ramps up for those 2 months. Like beginning of September, I start decorating, do something Halloween related, and it gets more and more until we get to October and then Halloween. So yeah, I really want to do some gaming stuff. For one, I don't even know how to do the streaming gaming stuff either. You know, like because I'd like to put footage of me gaming up because I have an old PS1, or not PS1. I have an old Xbox One, but I don't know how to put that gaming footage up on anywhere. Like I don't know how to stream it or anything. An Apple way to think of higher quality with limited content. And Apple, what? I love Houses October Built. Both those movies I always talk about every Halloween. Yeah, I tell people that all the time. Like the smartest thing to do is rotate your streaming services. There's no reason to keep them every single month. Just rotate them every month or two, and God, this lighting, it's making my face look all like old and something. Like, is it just me, or is it making me look weird? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. I just can't seem to get the lighting how I'm used to it. Yeah, Poughkeepsie Tapes is a pretty good movie. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it's as wow as a lot of people thought, but I think it's a good movie. Huh. I haven't seen that. Interesting new series. Oh, shut up, Siri. Why does it just randomly Siri just talk to you? It's annoying. Like out of nowhere. Question. What was your thoughts on the Human Centipede 2? I'm not a fan of that movie. I'm never a big fan of movies that are like shock for the sake of shock. They're just trying to shock people. Like there's no real substance. And that's how that movie felt. It felt forced. It felt like they were just trying to push the boundaries as far as they could, and that's fine. But it just, I don't really enjoy that, really. That's saying, I'm not saying it's a horrible movie, but I enjoyed the first one way more. Like, I legitimately think that First Human Centipede's a really good movie. Ghost. Also, what do you think about the movie Tusk? I love Tusk. I love it. It's such a dark, like, sense of humor that I totally get. I understand that's not for everyone, but that movie is bonkers. Like it's stupid, but I love it. Like Johnny Depp's character in it, like it's just great. Shit, you talking about me? The most handsome ghost we have ever seen? Who are you talking about? I never thought of myself as handsome at all. So I don't know. If you're talking about me, that's weird. Like I feel like the last thing anybody would call me is handsome. Interesting, maybe. Weird looking. Okay. I may have mentioned the bread like hair. What? I may have mentioned the bread like hair. Oh, hell yeah. Super sticker from Robert. Thank you so much. I don't agree. I think that first one's actually a really good movie. Yes, it's shocking and disturbing and gross, all right, but I think it's actually really good. Like, there's a lot of suspense in it. The acting is solid. I think it's a good movie. It's shot well. It's directed well. The pacing is good. It's just after that, it just becomes like a mess. Hey, what do I love most right now? To do with what? Like, what movie do I love most right now? Or be more specific, Michael. Like, what do you mean, what do I love the most right now? You're running out of weird questions. The only subhumans are the ones that make you feel that way. Unfortunately, we make ourselves feel that way most of the time. It's like it's not true at all, but we do that to ourselves, and it really, really sucks. Dude, that sucks, Boogeyman. I hope you the bank can, like, is it credit card fraud or something? Like, hopefully the bank can fix that shit. Yeah, I almost start Halloween in August, but I can't because it's like I feel like if you go too far with that concept, then it just loses its special quality. So I figured out that 2 months, especially 6 weeks, is like the perfect amount of time to get all my Halloween vibes out. And just before I start to be like, all right, I'm bored of this, like just before I start to get a little bit bored with it, it's over. And so it's like I'm always left wishing it was still Halloween. And so that way it always keeps it fresh. Like I said, 6 to 8 weeks is like perfect for me. Everybody's got their own. Like, I know there's some people that literally celebrate Halloween year round, and that's cool. That's great too. Like, whatever, for me though, this, especially on the channel, because it's like some extra work, extra production to do extra little fun Halloween things in the videos and decorations and costumes. And, it's money and time and all that too. So, that's what I use as StreamYard. Need help. I do like a king. Help me like a king. Never get old. The oldest of us now are the best of us. Don't worry. Make you look movie starish. Facts. Blah blah. Kanan is. Your kids just made me think of a weird question. All right, nice. It's the ghost talking to Kanan through Siri. Man, I fell way behind. I didn't realize you guys were this far ahead. What are the best 3 John Carpenter movies? He's my favorite director. For me, it would be The Thing, Halloween, and I love The Fog, but I'm gonna have to go with In the House, or In the Mouth of Madness. Yeah. That's so hard because I love John Carpenter. Yeah, I'll go with those 3. I've never seen Assault on Precinct 13. Like, we were gonna do all the John Carpenter movies, but now it was so much fun streaming on the channel the movie last Monday. I'm gonna do that again this week, and I don't know, maybe for a while, at least until we run out of movies, because it's just fun and everybody to be able to be involved. Because I was trying to get Discord going, but trying to get everybody to figure out how to use Discord and go over there every week. It was like we would have like 6 to 10 people watching the movies. It's a lot more fun when we have like 40 to 50 people watching it. Question. Let's see. Question: is that a twin bed behind you? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a twin, maybe a full, but it's just me. I'm just by myself. So, I don't have room in this bedroom for anything bigger either. Because I have the set right over here. Right over there is the set. And that takes up quite a bit of space. So someday I want to have a separate building for my office and my set, and everything channel-wise will be there. That would be cool. If you want silly, ridiculous, gross, try watching Eating Raoul. I've heard that movie is silly but fun. Any opinion on Lords of Salem? You know, that's another one of those movies that I've tried to start and just never was able to fully get into it. I know it's a movie I would enjoy, but I got to be in the right state of mind for that kind of speed of a movie, because it's kind of slow and prodding and takes his time getting into the story, and just, you know. I'm trying to see my rat. She's freaking out. Two months for every holiday. Yeah, definitely. When I'm in a relationship, or at the very least have people to do things with, I love Christmas too. And I definitely like to do almost 2 months of Christmas as well. Man, Session 9 is incredible. I 100% agree, Chris. That movie is so underrated. It's literally one of the most underrated movies ever made. It's amazing how good it is, and yet so few know about it. Let's see, the Saw franchise. Do you prefer the uncut or theatrical versions? The uncut, I think. But that would probably be different with every movie. I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched every one of them side by side. So it might be different for each. I know the original movie, I think I remember watching both versions. Or is that the second? I don't know. But I remember really enjoying the uncut on a few of them. Friends but not a movie? I don't follow. Question. What's your opinion on Lords of Salem? All right, I already said that. It goes Warriors. Thoughts on the new Halloween movie with Michael Myers, how he attacks, how he dies, how he attacks then doesn't die. And yeah, I'm not a fan of Halloween Ends at all. I really not a fan of that movie. I did a review of it if you want to hear me talk more about it, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Question. Okay, so you're asleep. Siri begins talking to you, and you realize it's real and not a dream. Siri begins describing your actions, your room, and yourself in every detail. What do you do? I leave the house. And hopefully it's not the Siri on my phone. And now Siri's trying to respond to me right now. Literally up in the corner, Siri's trying to respond. Thanks, Brian. Now my Siri's possessed with that demon. Yeah, Siri freaks me out. I've been in the middle of shooting videos before, and it'll just start talking to me. And it's the most freaky thing when you're in a dead silent room and you're about to say something, all of a sudden this voice just yells out shit. Ugh. Okay, question. If you had to be a character from a horror movie, who or what would you be? I'd be Christopher Lee as Dracula himself. I would like to be Kane Hodder as Jason from probably 6 or 7. Yeah, Halloween 6 or 7, one of those two. Just to be that physical and bombastic and get to just blow through doors and walls and all that. Just looks so fucking cool. My rat's name, her name is Ash. Speaking of which, are you okay? Okay. I've never seen her like this today. Makes me sad. Good night, Pickford. I wish I had a king bed, but then I'd also have to have a room that was big enough for a king bed. So one of these days I will have both. Damn it. All right, guys. I think I'm going to head out. I need to get some food. And it's been over 2 hours, which is what I usually do for the streams. So thank you so much to everybody for your questions. Everybody that donated money. Every single penny really helps a ton. If you're still interested in helping the channel out, money that you send to Venmo or PayPal or Venmo, it goes right in my account. Almost nothing's taken out, and I get it right away, and it helps me out a ton. So if you guys want to buy me dinner or something, every penny, I super appreciate it. I really, really do. But more than anything, I just love that you guys come and hang out with me. You make my Fridays so much better, and it's literally something I look forward to. It's exciting and fun to have friends to just hang out with. So, but that's going to do it for tonight. I have for sure another video coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure which one yet it's going to be, but there'll probably be a video tomorrow and then another video on Sunday because I backlogged on reviews and whatnot. And then another one maybe Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So yeah, definitely a lot of content going to be coming out here in the next week or so. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Remember, like always, horror can be fun. I'll see you guys next time.